the tide is turning over at the Atlantic, Rolling Stone. They're all pointing out Alvin Bragg really doesn't have a case.
Correct.
I mean,
but does it matter? But because two things can be true at the same time. The case is threadbare. It is ridiculous. However, Manhattan jury, and yet I weirdly find with multiple days of coverage of this jury selection process, am I nutty or do I kind of feel like they've been semi-careful in trying to seat a jury that at least pretends to some level of objectivity? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, there's one guy that apparently watches Fox News or something, or he follows Trump on Truth Social, but that could all be, deflection. I mean, and some of these jurors are terrified. Listen, let me just say this without sounding ominous. Mm-hmm. You don't want Trump's army mad at you. Let's just put it that way. I mean, you don't want MAGA mad at you. And these jurors, one juror was seated, and then her identity was figured out by her friends and family, and they were like, what are you, nuts? You can't sit on that jury. Your whole life is going to be upended, so she bailed.
Isn't the other side of the coin true as well? I kind of feel for these jurors, because if you are part of the narrative that convicts Trump, and there are elements, every movement has its fringe and its occasional nutbag. I don't want some, MAGA hat-wearing lunatic coming after a juror who voted to convict. Conversely, if he is acquitted, if we are blessed with an acquittal, which would be a reflection of the facts and the law, how would you like to be identified out there so that the violent left can come get you? I might be more worried about that.
Well, as Judge Jeanine Pirro pointed out yesterday on Fox News, this judge has lost control already of the courtroom. It's inexcusable that any of their identities are being released. They should not. They should be protected. There's no question about it. And yet, he instead of putting them in a back room somewhere with one court reporter and vetting these jurors, they're doing it in front of the media reporters who are in the courtroom. And there are reporters now that are happily trying to identify each juror by what they do for a living, what neighborhood they're from.
Do you think that's to put pressure on them? Do you think that is consciously or subconsciously an attempt to dox them and pressure them into bringing about the desired verdict?
I do, because they know there's enormous because let's face it, the violence comes from the left. You talk about a MAGA hat wearing person. Look at Columbia yesterday. They're burning flags. Look at people on subways. They're attacking Jews. I mean, this is another. We talked about the lie yesterday of liberals being tolerant. The other lie is that they're peaceful.
You got that right.
They ain't. They're not peaceful.
Back into the courtroom for 30 seconds, then anywhere else you want to go, because opening arguments could be Monday, and it is an outrage that this is not televised. There must be cameras in every courtroom. It is the public's business being done. They never show the jury when trials are on TV, so it's not about endangering them in the way that we've just discussed. But America and the world should be able to see exactly what happens in this courtroom, rather than relying on reporters and the increasingly bizarre art of courtroom sketch people. Have you seen some of the courtroom? Why should we?
Oh my gosh!
Cameras exist. It is the public's business, and I am just outraged that we will not have cameras every day to see exactly what happens in this courtroom.
But it would have never happened, because if the world could see how unfair this trial is, there would be a nationwide revolt, more than the one we're already seeing. Look, we're already seeing a revolt. When a guy goes to Harlem and is showered with love and affection, compared to Uncle Bezo getting eaten by cannibals.
Well, let's do apples and apples.
Yeah.
Trump visiting a fast food place, ordering a sandwich and some shakes, and Biden going into a Wawa in Pennsylvania, looking up, I'll have a shake. And there's like 8 people in there. He hovers uncomfortably near some kids. And they're waving off reporters. It was so awkward, so weird, so forced. Talk about a dichotomy, a tale of two.
Not only that, but remember, Trump ordered 30 milkshakes for fans and for Secret Service. Biden ordered a milkshake just for himself. But what about the false debunked story of the uncle being eaten by cannibals,
who was shot down off the coast of some
over New
country
Guinea?
New
Guinea.
What?
Well, no, but it's
Yeah.
not. It's not even a true story.
Exactly.
In fact, and look at the way ABC and AP covered for him. Here's the way they fact checked him.
Mhm.
Well, his facts are a little off about this tale.
little,
Facts are a little off. The cannibals ate your uncle. That
Or they
you know, being a little off means you put your lunch money aside in the wrong room. You don't get my uncle got eaten by cannibals wrong. But this lunatic is up there saying it and spouting this garbage. My Uncle Bozo and my hairy legs at the pool, and I got a scholarship, and I grew up in a Puerto Rican neighborhood, and my son was killed in Iraq. This guy just lies and lies and lies and lies. And at this point, is he lying because of the dementia? Is he making crap up because he's senile, or has he just always been a bald-faced liar? Which is it?
Neither of them is good. He is either intentionally making stuff up, which makes him dishonest, or he is so mentally three sheets to the wind that he actually believes this stuff. I do not know.
Eric Hansen, who's been with me for 20-some years, and incidentally, I've got some personal news I'm happy to share. I just finished this early this morning, the final conversation about renegotiating or re-upping my deal, and you're going to be stuck with me till at least December 31st, 2029.
Yeah,
so
buddy.
I love that. I'm going to be around for a while, and I'm excited about that, and I'm excited about things that are coming our way. But Eric, who's been with me forever, turned to me yesterday and said, "Can you believe we're talking about the commander-in-chief babbling about his Uncle Bezo being eaten by cannibals in New Guinea?" It's and there's Trump just there in Harlem and in all over the place. The next place I hope he goes, because he went to the bodega where the bodega worker was almost locked up forever from Alvin Bragg for defending himself against a thug who was robbing him. I hope Trump goes to the subway platform where Daniel Penny fought back and was a good Samaritan and restrained that guy. I hope Trump goes there next. Would that be a good spot?
That would be a wonderful spot because he is campaigning. He is using America's biggest city to campaign in various venues that show not only the breadth and the depth of his appeal, but also it gives him, and the media have to cover it. Be careful what you wish for, Trump-hating leftist culture, because you got to cover his trial every day where his entire narrative is, look what the swamp is doing to me. And it becomes more and more evident every day, even in some of the Trump-hating circles of the media, like Atlantic and Rolling Stone, who are saying Alvin Bragg doesn't have a case. And so it's backfiring.
The brilliance of this, and a new polling coming out yesterday, he's widening his lead. I just don't know. I mean, we got a few months to go, but I do like our chances. Meanwhile, I'm off to the Carolinas today. I'm going to go to the Trump rally tomorrow in Wilmington, North Carolina. I'll have stories. I'll have pictures. I'll have videos. I can't wait to maybe even get backstage to see the big guy. So keep your fingers crossed. But we'll see. I just want to go to support him. I don't even care about going as a talk show host. I want to I hope that place is packed. I don't know what
think.
Well, I don't know. I don't know the venue. It's Wilmington, North Carolina. I don't know Wilmington all that well, but
whatever it'll be, it's a coastal community. It's just down the highway from Fayetteville, and it's fantastic. It's very, very America loving. It's weird. It's not your granddad's North Carolina, and my dad is from North Carolina. It's kind of a purple state now. But Trump will win it, and you will see MAGA Nation out in force at that.
Wow!
I promise.
I can't wait. And what a weekend! And I'm finally going to get to ride on the jet ski that I gave Peg and Joey for Christmas last Christmas. So it's been all this time, and I've never been on the jet ski yet. So we're going to do a little jet ski.
Have you been on a jet ski? Have you?
Oh
done
yeah.
that?
I love jet skis.
Good. Okay,
They're and I got them some for Christmas, and they live on Lake Kiowee, beautiful Lake Kiowee in South Carolina, and it's always like coming home for me to go to South Carolina, so I'll be going home this weekend.
All righty, man. Mike in the
stories on Monday.
Carolinas.